Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well and staying safe during these challenging times. I'm going to be talking to you today about my lockdown wedding, which was a couple of days ago in Hawaii. And I'm going to start by telling you how I met my husband. So we were actually introduced through a common friend about 2 years ago, and I didn't remember that introduction at all. So a few weeks after that, there was a party. I think it was someone's wedding, if I'm not wrong, and I was dancing on the floor, and he comes up to me and acts like my best friend, and I do not remember him at all. So I was about to tell him off, but then I realized he's really quite cute, so why not, let's just explore this. And we got along like a house on fire, and we spoke for like 3 hours that night, and we hit it off. And we went on several creative dates after that. Within 3 months we were dating officially, and then we dated for almost a year. We traveled the world together, and then we got engaged in September. He proposed to me in Bangkok in front of a Buddhist temple, because I practice Buddhism, and it was a beautiful proposal on a boat, and it was amazing. So they're absolutely right when they say that when the right person has to walk into your life, you have no idea where he'll come from. This one just literally walked up to me. It was a great magical experience. Okay, it's really hard to do this, but it was surreal, it was small and intimate, it was meaningful, because we got married on the ocean front. It was a breathtaking view. It was incredible. There's just so much I want to say, but to put it down in a few words, that's what I can do. So, you know, we had a city hall wedding in New York, and we wanted to come back to Delhi and have like a big fat Indian wedding, but we came to Hawaii a few days after our New York wedding for a holiday, because he has family here and his parents are here as well. And we decided to stay on because the situation in New York was really bad and we couldn't go to Delhi either. So now we've been here for like 4 months, and since his family was here, and I mean there seems to be no date about when I'm going to go back to Delhi, like there's no certainty. So we decided, why not do it here, you know. It's a beautiful place. We have his family here at least, so let's just go ahead with it. And we decided this, you know, sometime in the second week of June, and yeah, I had very short notice to organize everything, but not complaining. Everything went off exactly the way I wanted it. So we decided sometime in June itself, and yeah, we managed it all. Fortunately for me, my husband's aunt is a wedding planner here in Hawaii, and she figured out a lot of things for us. So she sorted the venue. It's one of her places and her favorite places actually to do weddings. And she also figured out the photographer, the videographer, a lot of things. So basically she had the entire vendor angle sorted in Hawaii. And we were about 10 people at the wedding, immediate family only, and of course there were several others on Zoom from my end, my family and my relatives, and a few close friends. And yeah, it was amazing. It was unique, it was different. I lived every moment, because the thing is, when you're surrounded by fewer people that you love, you actually get time to absorb every moment of what's going on, and you listen to the vows carefully. You kind of it sinks in slowly, and it feels amazing. It was definitely unique and unlike anything that I thought, because being a typical Delhi girl, I always thought I'm gonna get married in the city with everybody that I know, like 1,000 people, and have a couple of functions. But God has his own plans, and this was perfect. I mean, there's nothing I would change about it. Imagine this, you know, you have the sound of waves behind you, you have the sun setting on your right, in front of you there's fire of your mandap, and on the left is the man that you love. So within like a 180-degree view, there's everything that you could possibly want. So this truly was a wedding in paradise, and with few people that love you the most, physically and virtually. I had my mum, my aunts on Zoom, and they dressed up, they got emotional and teary. It was really, really special. It was amazing. So there are some really amazing Indian restaurants in Hawaii, and two of them are really popular. So we got them to cater for the wedding, and they'd sent everything across with their people, and we made sure that like everything was sanitized, all the containers, even though they had sanitized and cleaned and sent it, but we ensured that we had people there to clean it and sanitize it again. And that's one thing we were really, really particular about, making sure that like double and triple sure that anyone who's coming needs to be wearing a mask. Everything that's coming in had to be sanitized from where it's coming, and was sanitized again when it reached, because we were really particular about that, because his parents and aunts and uncles and all are here, and they're all 60 plus. So we wanted to take every possible measure to make sure that there's no risk, and which is why I also did my makeup myself, because I also didn't want anyone touching my face and breathing on me. So yeah, we were very, very careful about that, and the food was great. I mean, if you ever come to Hawaii, I can tell you about these places. They're fab. Guys, I would say enjoy your wedding, because this is your big day. I mean, I know a lot of people who are having a lockdown wedding might feel that they didn't get that big fat wedding, and it's just like a sad, toned down, muted affair. No, it doesn't have to be. It's just in your mind, because you have your loved ones and family around you, and everyone else is going to see you virtually. Your pictures are going to be everywhere. You're still going to feel special. So enjoy your wedding to the T. I think that's the most important, to feel that you're getting married, and that's what really brings out the glow on your face as well. So yes, feel the joy from within. Definitely get a wedding planner, because they're going to ensure that everyone who's coming in, like all your vendors and stuff, that they're wearing masks. You can get customized masks and stuff made with your wedding logo. Have your sanitizer bottles everywhere. So your planner is important to make sure that everyone is following these protocols. They can customize a lot of stuff, like you can even have your sanitizer bottle stickers with your wedding logo. So get innovative, brainstorm. You can get your bridesmaids to wear certain coordinated set of colors. You can send across certain boxes to people's houses who are going to be on the call. You can ask them to hold certain boards. You can ask them to wear certain things. So you can do, like I said, a mini on Zoom. You can have a full itinerary. You can have someone from the family and or the wedding planners team periodically talking to the guests on Zoom. Your guests can be giving wedding tours. So get innovative, brainstorm. There's a lot you can do virtually if you have time to plan. Definitely get a planner. Brides, please dress up as much as you want, because you must feel like a bride. To know that, like when you're getting married, that's a very essential part of the whole process. So definitely dress up to the T, do everything as you wanted. Do not scale down anything. And definitely, guys, be careful. Do not, don't just, throw your hands up in the air and say, okay, yeah, it's just for one day, it's just for one day, because that's when, like I said, trouble seeps in. And there could be a risk, and I don't think you want anyone falling sick as a result of such a beautiful, joyous occasion. And lastly, focus on getting a great photographer and videographer, because these memories are going to last a lifetime, and a lot of people who couldn't be there physically are going to live that wedding through your pictures and videos. So invest in a good photographer and videographer, and just enjoy the wedding. Basically, I mean, it's blissful to get married to the one you love amongst those who love you the most. There's no better feeling, believe me. there's nothing really I would like to change about my wedding because it was like perfect. It was a fairy tale wedding. But if I had more time, I'd probably inform more people about Zoom. I couldn't because that was a last minute call that I took, and there's a lot that I could have done on Zoom because there's so many ideas I had later that you can get your bridesmaid to dress up in coordinated colors. You can ask people to give speeches or like wedding toasts. You can you can have a proper itinerary. You can have a Milni on Zoom. There's so much you can do on that technical platform that if I had more time, I would probably spend some more, brainstorm a little bit more about what I could do there. But otherwise, I wouldn't change it again. We had like a traditional wedding. We pretty much like followed all the we did all the ceremonies and we did all the pujas and all the traditions. So the night before, we had like a mehendi and dholki thing at my place, and it was really nice. Again, we had a Zoom call with my family, and they sang all the typical Punjabi songs, and they did the haldi and they did the mehendi and the vatna. So they did all of that. We followed all those customs and it was amazing. It was a really fun night when everyone was celebrating, a lot of singing, a little bit of dancing. And the next day I got ready. I did my makeup myself, but I had someone to do my hair, and she was also wearing a mask and a shield. And post that, we had a chura ceremony. I'm still wearing it. I'm going to be wearing it for a couple of more days. And my chura came from LA, and so we did the chura ceremony, and post that we had this ceremony where the bride has to walk in. So his aunt and uncle were doing were walking with me actually down the aisle, and that was beautiful. That was a very emotional moment for everyone on Zoom as well as his parents. So we had that, then we had the Jaimala, then we both walked towards the mandap. We had our ceremony, we had the pheras. We had a pandit here in Hawaii who read out everything, and those moments were magical. When you could, the view was stunning. You could hear the vows being chanted, and it was a great feeling. And suppose that we had that ceremony where I don't know what you call it, but you take rice in your hand and you throw it back. Basically, the girl's parents are supposed to take it in their, the mum takes it in the sari. So his aunt did this ceremony for me, and we've all seen these ceremonies in movies and videos, but when you do it yourself, you feel like, yes, I'm getting married now. I am the bride. This is my name is going to change. My identity is going to be slightly different. You feel it all, and you're very excited. So these customs and traditions are important because unless you undergo these, you don't fully feel like an Indian bride. And so I was blessed that family around me could make this possible. So after that, then I actually had my entry into the house, which is a Griha Pravesh. So they actually had like a little vessel with rice in it. I had to kind of slightly kick it with my foot and enter the house. And then I had a ceremony like a Muh Dikhai ceremony. So we followed everything to the T, sitting here in Hawaii, and it was such an amazing experience.